Next week on EastEnders, Zach and Lauren's secret threatens Whitney's wedding. Alfie and Kat face an intruder, while Junior's surprise visit brings family tension. Brittany struggles with the truth, and Whitney's wedding dress sparks criticism. The wedding day arrives with unexpected drama. Will Zach and Whitney make it down the aisle? 9 major EastEnders spoilers for the upcoming week. Zach and Lauren's secret is revealed during Whitney's leaving week on EastEnders next week. In the meantime, 2 well-known characters unexpectedly but happily return to Walford. One of them soon develops romantic feelings for the town. Here is a comprehensive list of the most significant upcoming events. 1. Zach seeks to obstruct the revelation of truth after Dolly is born. Whitney and Zach reconsider canceling the wedding and choose to proceed with it after all. They are on cloud 9. Zach is anxious to prevent Lauren from learning the truth, which could be challenging given that Brittany and Bianca are aware of it, but his covert affair with Lauren still looms large over him. This appears to be another potentially disastrous Walford wedding as his remorse mounts. 2. An intruder confronts Kat and Alfie. When Alfie phones Kat to report a break-in, he equips himself with a toy baseball bat to confront the intruders, only to find out it's Big Mo and Freddie. However, after Kat moved in, Freddie finds there is no room for him, which presents issues with the return. But when teasing about Kat and Alfie getting back together becomes annoying, Kat thinks it's time to move on and give way. 3. Junior conceals something. Junior, George's son, has come to Albert Square, but his main purpose is to spend time with his sisters rather than his forlorn father. As George sees his children grow closer without him, he finds it difficult. The family begins to suspect that Junior might be hiding something from them when Monique and Xavier arrive, upending the newly established status quo almost instantly. 4. Brittany needs to make a choice. The big wedding is happening, but the path to saying, "I do," won't be simple because Zach's secret about adultery is about to be discovered by the prospective bride. Even after Lily informs her how much Whitney deserves happiness, Brittany finds it difficult to keep the obscene facts to herself, seeing that Whitney is close to Lauren and Zach tries to hide his remorse. Brittany chooses to keep silent, but as Whit walks down the aisle, it all gets to be too much for her, and she blurts out the truth, devastating Whitney. 5. Elaine attempts to construct bridges. The Knights should be celebrating the arrival of Junior's family, and although they are happy to see them, the conflict between Junior and George makes things less enjoyable. When Junior quickly leaves, Elaine decides that she should take action and tells him that she wants him and his family to move in with them and live in Walford. With some help from Gina, Junior does agree, but it seems like they have some distance to cover before he and George can truly get over this. 6. Lauren is receiving criticism following Brittany's shocking disclosure. Whitney is in disbelief. As she attempts to come to terms with what she has learned, other people are also receiving strange looks from the locals. Lauren has to deal with the criticism of others when she and Penny go to the Vic for a drink and a debrief. Among them is an irate Bianca, who, true to form, has a few things to say about the circumstances. 7. George advances when Elaine hears Linda, Gina, and Anna talking about her most recent problem with George. She is not impressed and makes it plain that she wants them all to stay out of her affairs. While everything is going on, George tries to get to know Monique and Xavier. He succeeds with Monique when she tells him about her Ghanaian ancestry and offers to teach him everything she knows about it. 8. Whitney must contend with Zach. Whitney wants to stay away from Zach for as long as possible because their relationship is more strained than ever, but Peach's baby loss certificate makes that difficult. Whitney goes to see him to talk about it, and it reminds her that they both need to go register Dolly's birth. 9. Freddie has preparations for Alfie and Kat. Freddie attempts to thwart Kat's plan to move out so that he may move back in, hoping that this will result in Kat and Alfie reconciling. However, as Mo sets her sights on Stevie, one of the more recent immigrants in Albert Square, romance may be brewing from an unlikely source. Unexpectedly, Freddie, Anna and Bobby are watching as the couple, who are not ready to end their evening together, head back to number 31. After Junior Knight befriends Bianca Jackson on EastEnders, his enormous secret is made public. Junior, the estranged son of George Knight, unexpectedly appeared in Albert Square following years of separation from his father. Micah Balfour, a former actor from Doctor Who and Emmerdale, has joined the BBC soap opera as Junior. George discovered the horrific truth earlier this year. He was adopted into a baby farming operation. The news that George's biological father, Henry Kofi Asare, had been killed by Eddie, his adoptive father, compounded the trauma. George's family has tried to dissuade him from boxing illegally, but he has turned to the sport as an outlet for his emotions. But George was taken aback when he saw Junior, his son, in person. Bianca Jackson, the star of the betting show, makes a brief comeback to the square to celebrate Whitney's marriage to Zach Hudson, allowing Junior to make his presence known. Junior withdrew from his family's company, feeling uneasy there and meeting Bianca at Peggy's. After speaking and flirting during the night, the two ended up falling asleep together. It turns out that Junior has been concealing a very important secret. In scenes that have not yet aired, Junior travels to Walford to spend time with his sisters following the previously unaired memorial service for his adopted grandmother Gloria. When George witnesses his 3 kids spending time together in the Queen Vic in these next scenes, he begins to feel excluded. The entrance of Junior's secret family, wife Monique and son Xavier, shortly disrupts this moment. When Junior gives George excuses to depart, it's obvious that tensions still exist between him and George, even though the Knights are thrilled to meet and become close to Junior's family. Junior agrees to stay after some convincing from half-sister Gina, and Elaine justifies their relocation into the Vic. Fans criticize Whitney's wedding gown, saying it is terrible. Bianca and Whitney from EastEnders headed to the market yesterday to pick up a few items for the big day. Following this, Whitney had a touching moment trying on her wedding gown in front of the couple. Fans of EastEnders have since commented on Whitney's wedding gown, wishing she had opted for something more elegant. Whitney sent Bianca out last night to pick up a few things she needed for the wedding. But before she knew it, Bianca had convinced Brittany to accompany her to the market. Brittany then changed the price stickers on several things so that they could afford them after Bianca was unable to negotiate a lower price. Under Bianca's supervision, she grabbed a few more items before returning everything to a happy Whit. After Whitney tried on her wedding gown in front of them, Brittany disclosed that they had taken some of the items, ending the heartfelt moment. After getting a sneak peek of Whitney's wedding gown, admirers took to social media to voice their disapproval of her ensemble. They believe she could have opted for a more elegant clothing for the special occasion. Couldn't the wardrobe department let Whitney dress nicely for her wedding day? A fan questioned. I can see that everyone just loves Whitney's wedding dress, jokingly said someone else. State of that dress. And as for the vases, a third admirer commented, when is the wedding day of Zach and Whitney? Next week's EastEnders spoilers state that Monday, May 20th is the day of Zach and Whitney's wedding, with Whit walking down the aisle with her infant daughter, Dolly. Whitney, though, is quickly shocked and Brittany breaks the vows with a shocking disclosure. Will Zach and Whit be able to exchange vows? Please subscribe our channel.